Ouch, I just hit my hand on my desk. Yes, welcome back. It's me again, here, just chilling. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about my ethnic identity journey. I would say that my ethnic identity journey started in college. However, I've been aware of my ethnicity for the most part since junior high. Um, I've been aware of my brownness since then and knew that I was different than like my majority white friends and classmates around me. But it wasn't until college that I really started to dive into the different parts of my ethnicity. So a little bit about my ethnic background. My dad is an immigrant from Mexico, and my mom was adopted from Colombia when she was 18 months old, and she was raised by white people, specifically Dutch Americans. So I am Mexican, Colombian, American, Dutch, kind of. I've always had a strong connection with my Mexican identity. We'd visit my dad's family a lot in New Mexico, and just the food and warmth and the dancing and the hard work and commitment in my family, like I've seen that, and that's been so evident to me. But I wasn't always proud of being Mexican. The negative stereotypes and poor experiences of my family members really affected the way that I perceived myself. So the majority of my cousins got pregnant at teenagers, and a lot of my family was raised by or is currently raised by a single parent, or they are single parents themselves. And most of my tios and tias have gotten divorced. So like there's a lot that I was ashamed of. And then also living in Utah, where just the neighborhoods that I was in, the schools that I was in, I didn't see a lot of Latinos, and in the media, just the ways that like were represented, it wasn't very positive. It was like uneducated or criminals or like the villain, and I just internalized those negative stereotypes and just was like, didn't really want anything to do with my Mexican identity. But at the same time, like as I got older and realized more like, oh, injustice is real, and I see that, like I was really angry. I was angry at white people and their privilege. I was angry at the racist stereotypes that were told about my people. And I was angry without realizing that I was angry at a part of my ethnic identity. When I went to the Denver Urban Plunge, God revealed a lot to me. First, he showed me the beauty of mi abuela leaving her home to give a better life for her children. He also showed me the brokenness of systemic injustice in our country. And very, like, important and personal to me is that he made me realize that I'm more than just Mexican. I'm half white. Ethnically, I'm Mexican and Colombian. But because my mom was raised by white people and she doesn't know anything about our culture or, her background or her ethnicity or anything like that. So, like, her communication style and her values and her mindsets are European American. And growing up, I really wasn't aware of that because I grew up in a majority white state, and I didn't spend enough time with my dad's family to know that there were different ways of communicating and like different cultural values. So it was just the norm, and I was like, oh, everyone's like this, but no, that's not the case. So yeah, it's definitely been a journey, and through reading Beyond Colorblind, he's brought up like the brokenness that I have about just like the white side, like my white identity. So that's been cool. It's been hard, but it's been cool. But through this, God has been helping me embrace my Dutch heritage. And he's also helping me see the beauty in my white culture, which is super great. And he's using my multicultural background to better understand biracial and multiracial people. And I feel God is really calling me to create spaces where people of different ethnic backgrounds can have meaningful conversations about race and injustice. And also that I can go to places on campus where students of color are, specifically like low identifying students of color, because like that's where I was for a long time, and I'm learning how to navigate that, which is really cool. So I'm really grateful for the ways that God has been teaching me about my ethnic identity and the things that he's shown me in it. And I'm definitely still on my journey, but yeah, I'm really grateful for what God has taught me so far. Okay, bye.